Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. My name is Dalal, and welcome to Popcorn and Soda, the show where we discuss all things movies, pop culture, and so much more. On today's show, we're reviewing the latest film starring Daisy Ridley, everyone's favorite Jedi, at least mine from the new series. Sometimes I think about dying. A film directed by Rachel Lambert, co starring Dave Merhaj. What can I say about this film? It is the start of the year and quite possibly one of my favorite movies. I know that this will be in my top 5 list of the year so far. That's how much I enjoyed this movie. And big respect and kudos to the team behind the film because I think this movie is one of the most thought-provoking films I've ever seen. Because it captures an emotion and it captures what it feels like for someone who's going through a mental health crisis. And, we've all been there. Some of us might be there right now. And we're all human. And this is a very human movie about a story of Daisy Ridley's character, Fran, who works in this office, which she is just going through quite a bit in her life. And more importantly, it's almost like Groundhog Day. Every day is the exact same. She doesn't feel like she's part of the team. And yeah, it's a movie that really deep dives into the psychology of what depression can be like for many people. So this movie is, again, as I mentioned, the life of Daisy Ridley's character, Fran, who is going through quite a few different things, but that all changes when a new employee shows up. And that creates a spark between Daisy Ridley's character and that of Dave Merhaj's character as well, who I think just such a great job of playing the character of Robert in this film, who is the yin to the yang to Daisy Ridley's character. They slowly start budding an office romance, and you see Daisy Ridley starting to open up more to this person who just happened to come into her life. So, what did I really enjoy about this film? What I really enjoyed about this film is that the small details are what make the big picture possible in this film. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of repetition of the exact same shot throughout the movie because when someone's going through that kind of a phase where, they're trying to find themselves or they feel lost in their world, a lot of their life feels like it's the same thing every single day. And those tiny little details are what are important because you see there's a bus stop that they show at least 5 times in the movie that Daisy Ridley walks by every day. And that is almost a character in the movie because that is what she's struggling with, that these everyday details, these minute details are what stand out to her about her life and what she's going through. There's a couple scenes that I think just captures, truly, in my opinion, as someone who suffered from either depression or mental health illness, which I think everyone has in our lives. And I think it's so important to have those discussions. This film dives right into it, and I could relate to a lot of the things that Daisy Ridley's character went through. Just, laying in bed, staring at the ceiling for hours, eating the exact same food every single day. Just, you feel like your life isn't even in your control, and it's just, you're on this train, it just keeps going and going. It's the exact same thing every day. So I really enjoyed that aspect of how director Rachel Lambert captured that entire scene and mood of the movie because it's really based around that. It's very artsy. It's got a lot of really cool abstract views on different things. So I loved how Rachel Lambert was able to capture the essence of what Fran is going through on a daily basis. And hey, I had the pleasure of speaking to both Rachel Lambert and Dave Merhaj. So if you are interested in checking out our conversation about Sometimes I Think About Dying, do click on the link that's up there or up there. And yeah, please, you get some more insight in behind the scenes of the film. All right, so we spoke about how they capture mental health illness. Another really cool little thing that I found very quirky and I really enjoy it is this is one of the few movies that actually captures what like a workplace is like. It's like that everyone's an adult, but at the same point, some of the childish conversations that happen, or helping the your coworker for the 10th time with the most basic tech problem, or let's go around in a room and share one interesting fact about yourself, or when someone brings in food and everyone's like, oh look, there's donuts, and like I think that was such a great representation of what a modern office really looks like, because I worked in a modern office and that's exactly what it happens. So, second thing I really enjoyed about the movie. The third thing I really enjoyed was the cast, and I think the relationship between Daisy Ridley's friend and Robert of Dave Murhage, they have such great chemistry together, where it's the other person, as we get to know Robert's character more throughout the movie, we find out that, he's got some skeletons in his closet as well. He's trying to figure his life out as well, as much as Daisy's trying to figure out her life. And I just think that it's such a great partnership that they have on this movie, because it really captures what a relationship is at the start, when everyone's trying to be on their best behavior. One person's trying to get to know the other person more than the other, and then they're leading the conversation. So I really enjoyed that as well. And just overall, what I really enjoyed about this movie is the mood of it, and that it's such a thought-provoking film. It is so relevant today. Watching this movie, so many different times in my life, I felt that I was Fran. And I'm watching it and I'm like, they did such a great job of capturing what a young adult, any person, not even a young adult, any person may be going through in a mental health crisis. And again, I think that this is a movie that everyone should watch, because it makes you really reflect about your own life and those around you and the relationship you have within that. So I just had such a great time at Sometimes Think About Dying, because it really, really got me in like a whole little like weird trance, where I was sitting down after watching it. I'm like, dang, like that was heavy. And I remember me in that state. I remember me in that state. And I think when a movie can bring out emotion, as you guys know, all my reviews are based on emotion, how I feel about watching a movie. We can always subjectively talk about, hey, look how great this shot was, or the lighting. Sure. But to me, I'm different. I found that emotion is key. And if I enjoy it, or if it made me think, then it's done its job for satisfying me. At least me. So, you guys know me. I'm all about art is in the eye of the beholder. Something that I like, you may not. Something that you like, I may not. And that is perfectly okay. That is the power of cinema, my friend. So, my review ratings are always, is this a movie you watch at a theater? Is this a movie you watch at home? Or is this like a rainy day movie you're just flipping through the channels, or it's on streaming and you throw it on whenever it's on? To me, I think this is in the sweet spot of watching it at a theater and watching it at home. And I'll tell you why. Watching it at a theater, I think a lot of the really cool abstract scenes that are in this, that are in like Fran's mind, that are like recreated, I think those would be really cool to watch. I really do think that. And I think a theater enhances pretty much any movie you can watch. There's something magical about the big screen, the loud audio. What I personally think is watching this movie at home is equally as rewarding, if not more, because you're in this safe space. You're in your own space. You may be with a friend or family or whatever, but it really makes you think. And at least for me, watching this movie, it really made me think. And I was vulnerable for many parts during the movie, where I'm like, dang, I know that person. Yeah, like know exactly how Fran felt. And sometimes we all want to be in our safe space in those situations. So if you can watch this in the theaters and you're really interested in doing that, absolutely go at it, and you'll have a great time, because there is a lot of really cool, funny scenes in there as well. But I think that this is a great movie to watch at home and really self-reflect about your life. So take that as you may be. So there you have it, guys. That is my review of Sometimes I Think About Dying. What did you guys think of the movie? If you had a chance to watch it, please comment below and share what your insights about the films were. I would absolutely love to hear your feedback.